Let's talk about another way that we can use key press, which is to have our key work more like a button, or sometimes I think of it as a switch. So right now we're able to get things to turn on with a key, but we can't use that same key to turn something off. So our goal would be, what if we could use that key to turn something on and then hit that key to turn it off, just like a light switch. So in this video, I just want to talk about like why you would have buttons, because the code for this, I admit, gets a little bit on the weird side. Remember at one point in the semester I said I hope you guys like haikus? Well, that'll come later. Okay, so here, for example, I have a square. And notice in my code, I did put the square outside of my key press because I want that square to be there right at the beginning without having to press a key. And all I want from the keys is to be able to change the color. So I click A and it turns on red as my fill, right? Because that's what's in my key A. And I also had to draw the square again. But now if I want to turn it back to white, I don't have a way to do that with just one key. Okay, so nothing, hitting any other key doesn't do anything. I can hit A all I want, it just stays at red. So using what we've done so far, what we would have to do to be able to get that scenario to work is, here I have my square. I hit red, I hit A to turn it red. So here again, I have my square outside of my key press, so that's just there. It doesn't have a fill. I have my key press in my key A. I draw the square again, but this time with a color. Now to get it to be white, I have to use a different key, S. And I can go back and forth between A and S to get it to change colors. So that kind of works. That kind of works, but let's talk about if you want to make some kind of game. Like how, if this really works, the idea of having to use two different keys, one to turn it on and one to turn it off. So I'm just going to minimize these guys and pull up, sorry. Okay, so let's say, for example, see what key I have going here. A again. Okay, I have something, let's say I'm going to try to make some type of pong, like two balls are falling, something like that. And these guys are both working. The one on the left is on key A and the one on the S is on, sorry, the one on the right is on key S. So right now, to get them to move, I have to hold the key down, which is not very intuitive or fluid, right? Normally we just press something, we turn it on, and then we let go. But so right now I have to hold both of them to get them to work. Okay, so it works. And let's just look how it's working. I have my if key press and if key equals A. And here's all the code that you would have to be able to get a ball to bounce. I have it moving. So x equals x plus my xter, and then yter, and then here's where I get them bouncing off the walls on first for the x and then for the y. And then I do the exact same thing on the S key for another ball that's just going in a different direction. Okay, so that's stuff like we've covered before. And now moving on, where's my ball stopper 2? Okay. So, but here's the scenario. So now I have instead made, I've made one of my balls into a button. This is where we're going. And so now I just press A and I don't have to hold it down unless I want to stop it. Versus, and same thing with S. So now they're just going, and you can see like it's much more fluid. So what if the object of the game was that I had to stop them once they collide or something like that? So it's a lot easier if I don't have to hold those keys down. And let's look at a final product of that, where this is from a past student, one of their games. And that is the goal of this game, is to be able to have the two, we're not seeing, okay. Stop the balls when they collide. Use the left and right arrow keys. All right, and so there's, so the balls start out and they're not moving, and I just have to hit an arrow key, and then I get to let go and use the arrow keys to start them and stop them. And if I ever manage to get them to collide, then I can move up a level, and there's also going to be a color change and, I don't know, flashing and things that are going to probably provoke seizures and stuff like that happening. Okay, so that's a motivation for wanting to, instead of using one key to start and one key to stop, or one key to turn a color and the other one to turn it back to the other key, is to use our keys more like a switch. And then finally, I'll just show you, then once you get into a more advanced game like this one that you guys have all seen, this something like this can only work. It's not all showing on my screen. What is S? This can only work. So what's happening here is this guy is moving. He's on a key. And excuse me here while I have to play this game because I don't want to crash. Okay, I'm going to probably crash. Let's jump. Oh man, I suck at that game. Okay, it has to start over again. So this is also a button, and basically the button has just been turned on, and it turns off when I hit one of these other keys. So something like this would not be able to work if, come on, go guy, jump, if, man, there I go, if you were using individual keys. Okay, so that's just kind of short little video to give you an idea about why we would use buttons, why buttons are important. In the next video, I'll actually start talking about how to build them right after I play this game one more time.